Okay, good day, guys. Good day to you all. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel. Thanks for being here. A gentle reminder, as always, to please like the video and subscribe to the channel, as these are both free and easy ways to support the channel, right? And as always, a big shout out, right? And a big thank you to all those who usually support. Um, so, we're continuing to dissect what took place in the recently failed Gold Cup bid, right? Discussions are continuing, right, to take place following the Gold Cup, our exit from the Gold Cup. One controversial issue, that many people are talking about is Theodore Tapper Whitmore. We did a video on it as well, just basically outlining the positives and the negatives of firing Theodore Tapper Whitmore right now, or the pros and cons is what we titled it, right? But right now, I want to focus on, I'm going to do a two-part video, right? One, I want to do where this video is about, as you can see on screen, the positives that we can take from the 2021 Gold Cup, right? Yes, it was a failed campaign, but there are positives that we can take. And then I'm going to do another video, right, which is outlining the negatives, right, that would have emanated from the recently failed Gold Cup campaign, right? But this particular video, we're going to focus on the positives, right? So let's get into it, right? The first positive that we can take from this Gold Cup campaign, right, is that we got 4 games to prepare for the World Cup qualification, right? Many of you know the World Cup qualifiers are, right around the corner, right? And, we're a bit concerned, from the standpoint of how the preparation was going. So, this Gold Cup, we had a chance to get 4 games. We would have liked it to have been more, but at the very least, we got in 4 games to do some amount of preparation for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers, and also chemistry building, right? Chemistry building from a on the field and off the field standpoint as well, right? We would have gotten to do some chemistry building, camaraderie and all of that stuff, right? Both so on the field chemistry important, and also off the field chemistry, and also Theodore Tapper Whitmore would have had the players and would have gotten to, they would have had a greater idea, so to speak, about, what he would want to see on the field, right? So those are from a tactical standpoint and from a system standpoint, although some people say Tapper don't have a system, but just from an on the field standpoint, then, for want of a different word, right? So that's a positive that we can take from the recently concluded Gold Cup, right? A second positive that we can take is the centre back pairing, Low and Moore. Throughout the entire tournament, they looked solid, right? Prior to this tournament, we saw Pinnock and Moore, and they looked solid as well. But now during this tournament, we got to see, Low and Moore, and obviously at some point in time during the qualifiers, those two are going to be required to play together with each other. So that was good that we got to see that pairing, and they looked solid for the most part, if not right throughout the entirety of the tournament, right? Another positive is that we got a reality check. A lot of hype around the Reggae Boyz. We're going to Qatar, and, the team big and the team this and the team that. We got a reality check that there is still more work that needs to be done. More preparation, more quality players need to be brought in. The midfield is still a little bit weak. So that's a positive rather that we can take from this Gold Cup. Everybody kind of calm down, and we got a reality check that there's still a lot more that needs to be done, right? Another positive that we can take is that we would have had an idea right now as to where the team is currently in terms of where we are and where we versus where we need to be and how much work, so to speak, that needs to be done. So we got a good idea of currently where the team is heading into the World Cup, the important World Cup qualifiers right around the corner, right? Another positive is that for the most part, our defense was good. I think many people can agree with me that our defense was the best out of all the three departments in the just concluded Gold Cup tournament. Yes, O'Neil Fisher had some mistakes. Yes, Mariappa had a one mistake also that would have aided in the goal that we conceded when we were playing Costa Rica. Yes, Lawrence could have done it well. Lawrence or Flemings, but Lawrence, we're focusing on the defense right now. Yes, Lawrence could have done better closing down the cross, right, in the USA game, right? Some people hold even gave Blake some responsibility for the goal that we conceded against the US. I don't think so. I don't agree with that. I think Blake was right to try and come off his line and punch it, right? But some people, that's a debate for another time. But for the most part, I think that, yeah, and to be fair though, if you're coming off your line as a goalkeeper, you better make damn sure you get there. And he didn't get there. But I don't really blame him for not getting there. And if memory serves me right, he was kind of impeded a little bit in terms of his path to try and punch the ball. But, that's another debate for another time. But for the most part, our defense was solid right through the tournament, especially our centre-back pairing. I don't expect, well, I certainly hope that the likes of Fisher, right, does not play a crucial role in our World Cup qualification. And I hope that Mariappa's role as well is limited. Some people would, disagree with me on the Mariappa part, but, Pinnock will be back then. So hopefully, our three centre-backs will be the main centre-backs that we see. But for the most part in this tournament, our defense was solid. Still some areas we need to improve on though, right? Another positive is that our midfield was shown up in this tournament. And people are saying, why is that a positive? How is that a positive? Right? I'll tell you why. Hopefully the JFF can see that improvements need to be made and we need to bring in some additional personnel. Right? Whoever needs to see it, whether it's coach or JFF, our midfield was shown up in quite a number of the games, barring the Costa Rica game. Our midfield was shown up, and we need to make some adjustments there and bring in some additional personnel. So that's a positive that we can take from the midfield being shown up, right? A positive that we can also take is our performance versus Costa Rica. That is a positive that we can take from this tournament, our performance versus Costa Rica, right? I mean, it was a pleasure. It was an absolute pleasure to see the Reggae Boyz go out there and dominate Costa Rica for the most part, right? A team that we have struggled against for years. A little bit unfortunate we didn't get the victory, but it's a team that we have never beaten in official competition. So it's good. From my understanding of it, we have never beaten Costa Rica in official competition. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. But it was good to see a very dominating performance against a team that every time we hear Costa Rica facing Jamaica, we just put our head in our hands because it's always problems. So it was good. It was I really enjoyed the performance against Costa Rica, right? Another positive, we got to see Tyreek McGee in this tournament, right? We got to see Tyreek McGee and where exactly he is in this current stage of his development. We have been hearing that Craig Butler has been working with the player to improve him, and we have also seen video of Craig Butler working with the player to improve him. So that's a positive. we got a sneak peek, relatively sneak peek as to where Tyreek Magee is. And I personally, I mean, I won't really fault him for the 5 or so minutes against the USA, but the game against Costa Rica, he looked good in my opinion. I know some people disagree, but that's another debate for another time. It was a positive we got to see him. Another positive, Paul Hall got to put in some work with the team in this tournament, right? New assistant coach, kind of familiar surroundings, I guess, right? But obviously, from a personal standpoint, obviously, players, he would not be used to a lot of these players. So it's good that he got a chance to meet the players and deal with the players and also be on the sidelines in an official tournament. So that was good, right? Another positive. This can be seen in both ways. This will make my negative. This is a slight preview of the negatives video. This will make my negatives as well, because this can be seen both as a positive and as a negative. Ravel Morrison did not make the trip. It could be seen as a positive from the perspective that Ravel Morrison right now is looking set to get a contract with Derby County, right? That is very important for the upcoming World Cup qualification, that Ravel Morrison is in a club getting game time, match fit, and match sharp. We're going to need him for the World Cup qualifiers. So it's good that the player, missed the tournament. It's both positive and negative, but good from the perspective that, and a positive from the perspective that, the player was not idle during his time away, right? He got to train with a club, and it is looking like the player will sign for said club. From what I understand, there are some issues because, Derby have transfer embargo and all of that stuff, even though they can still sign free agents. But from what I understand, there is a slight issue where that is concerned, but it is looking like if he hasn't signed already, it is certainly looking like he will be signed to Derby County, right? There have been also, sentiments coming from the club that, they really do want to sign the player, right? So that's a positive as well. We're going to need Ravel signed to a club for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers. We want him match fit. We want him match sharp. Another positive, right? And this is the last but not least. Another positive, Andre Blake has always been sterling for the Reggae Boyz. He has always been amazing for the Reggae Boyz, right? Rarely makes mistakes, always sharp, always on point, always keeping us in games, always coming up big whenever we ask him to do so. He is there, right, to deliver us, right? So, Andre Blake, still the same Andre Blake as old, the same Andre Blake that we have been used to over, his tenure through the Reggae Boyz, making saves that he has no business making, right? So that's another positive as well, his performance in this respective tournament. Guys, if you guys have positives that I did not outline in this video, feel free to drop it in the comment section below, right? So guys, that's my 2 cents, guys. Stay safe, take care. Even though the Reggae Boyz had a disappointing exit, there are still positives that can be taken. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys.